Welcome everyone. Have you ever seen a horse jumping competition on TV or one in real life? Well, I had the chance to do so, and I'm so happy that I did. I loved it. When I got my first pony, I decided that I was going to train her how to jump. In doing so, I had to learn a lot of things about jumping. What I learned put me over the hedge, literally. And so I have decided to share with you what I've learned so that if you too are interested, you can understand the evolution of horse jumping. Today, I would like to talk to you about the history of horse jumping, which includes information about fox hunting, cross-country racing, steeplechasing, and stadium jumping. First thing is fox hunting. All horse show jumping came from fox hunting. And the reason that it came from this is because in the mid-18th century in England, the Enclosure Act was instated, which required farmers to enclose all of their livestock. This made farmers need horses who could jump over the enclosures that their animals were in to chase the fox or other wildlife that were bothering their livestock. The jumps that are seen in fox hunting would have been what you would have seen back in the 18th century England. One of these jumps is a fence jump. As you can see, on one side there are crops, and on the other side the livestock would be on. Another jump you would see is the wall or hedge jump. This is actually a combination of the two. It is a stone wall with vines growing on it. The next type of horse jumping we'll talk about is steeplechasing. Steeplechasing started in Ireland, and it was believed to have been derived from fox hunting. The story goes that one day after a fox hunt, two friends decided they were going to challenge their horses to see which was the fastest. So they raced from one church in one town all the way to another church in another town, jumping over the obstacles in their way, hence the name steeplechasing. Steeplechasing nowadays is run on race courses with obstacles that the horses have to jump on, and these obstacles would mimic what would have been back in the 18th century Ireland. One of these jumps is a water jump, which starts off with a hedge and has a pool of water on the other side. These jumps can be very difficult because the horses cannot see the water on the other side, so they can get scared from the water. Another jump you would see is a brush jump, and it also mimics a hedge that the horses would jump over while steeplechasing. Also derived from fox hunting is cross-country. Cross-country began in France in the late 1800s and was known as leaping competitions. And what would happen is during a fox hunt, two riders, or more riders, would just run across the fields jumping over whatever was in their way. The jumps that are seen nowadays also mimic natural obstacles that would be in a cross-country race. One of these jumps is an oxer jump. An oxer jump is two poles set at an even or uneven height, and the distance between the poles may vary. So this jump can be difficult because it has height and it also has width. Another jump is the coffin jump. This jump is extremely difficult, and it is also known as a cross-country combination jump. The horse and rider start on top of a hill where there's an obstacle that they jump over. They then go down the hill where there's a ditch filled with water or just an empty ditch, and they have to jump over that and go up another hill and jump over another obstacle on the top of the hill. This can be very dangerous, and it is called a coffin jump because if the horse does not take the jump onto the uphill run, they could break their coffin bone, which is in their front leg. That is very severe, and the horses cannot be fixed after that. Another obstacle you see is just a regular ditch jump, or a ditch jump with a combination. So it could be a ditch with a jump on the other side, which adds difficulty for the height and the width of the jump itself. The rider on a ditch jump or obstacle should focus forward because the horses will want to look into the ditch, which can be very dangerous. If the horse rider focuses forward, their horse will also focus forward. Another jump you'll see is a banks jump. These are stair-like jumps that can help that require horses to go either up or down. This can help slow a very speedy horse. Another common jump is the drop fence. A drop fence is just a flat run with a log or some piece of material on the end that the horses jump over, but the landing on the other side is lower than the original run. This could cause injuries to the horse's front legs because all of their weight is landing on their front legs. Practice on this jump should be kept to a minimum because of the injuries the horses can sustain. And last of the horse jumping is stadium jumping. Stadium jumping was developed to please spectators. The first 3 jumping competitions I talked about are mainly done in a field where it is hard to see. So stadium jumping allowed the spectators to watch the jumping competitions in an enclosed arena. The first competitive show was in 1907. The United States Equestrian Foundation was established in 1917. These jumping competitions may take place indoors or outdoors, depending on where the show is held. Stadium jumping is also part of the Olympic 3-day eventing, which also includes dressage and cross country. The first jump is the vertical jump. The vertical jump is the width of 1 bar, and it depends on the height of the jump. They can occur in combinations or as single jumps. A dropped bar in a vertical or any jump in stadium jumping results in a fault. A triple bar jump is a variation of a vertical jump, basically. It is 3 vertical jumps, one right after the other. Usually the bars on the jumps will ascend in height, making it difficult height-wise and width-wise. This is similar to an ascending oxer, which would be more vertical bars in the jump. Another jump is the Liverpool water jump. The Liverpool water jump is a vertical jump over a ditch filled with water. This can be very distracting because the horses will want to look at the water and not at where they're jumping. This is named after Liverpool, England. That is where the jump was first found and created. In stadium jumping, you will see combination jumps, like a lot of the times. Usually consists of 2 to 3 jumps which look alike or they can look different. Usually there are only 1 to 2 strides, or how far the horse is running, between each jump. And that's actually a very short distance for a horse. So in summary, I have taught you the history of show jumping and included information on fox hunting, steeplechasing, cross country, and stadium jumping. This is the list of my resources that I found all of my information.